Hi students, today we will start a new lesson and it is the last lesson of our history, lesson 12, making of composite culture. Actually this lesson is for your second unit test of third term. Anyway, this is the last lesson of our this academic year, your syllabus based history last lesson, making of composite culture. From the term itself, please remember that whatever we studied previous lessons, it's composition or the mixture of the culture, on the basis of the mixture of the culture what was happened inside India. That is we will study in this lesson. Anyway, we know that the sultans of Delhi and the Mughal rulers, they were the followers of Islam here in our India, and already existed religion was here, that was our Hinduism. The religion followed by majority of the population in India, that was Hinduism. When Islam came to India, these two religions, Islam and Hinduism, both coexisted in India and influenced and enriched each other. Along with that, a new composite culture emerged in India, mixing of Islam and Hinduism. A new composite culture emerged in India. It is known as Indo-Islamic culture. Remember, Indo-Islamic. Indian culture, already we know that it is Hinduism based culture and Islamic culture, both mixed, and that composite culture is known as Indo-Islamic culture. Many more factors were there that led to the growth of this Indo-Islamic culture in India. And also we know that based on the Indo-Islamic culture, two types of movements were emerged and started in India. That were, one was, it is known as Bhakti movement, and the other was the Sufi movement. Both of these movements had their origin in the intense devotion of love of God, and that was evolved since the 18th century. That one, remember, the Bhakti movement and the Sufi movement. Both one we will study in this lesson. But some factors behind therefore that led to the growth of this Indo-Islamic culture. All everything we already studied in different lessons. From almost we started with Mahmud Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. From there onwards, whatever happened here. The Arab merchants had established trade settlements on the western coast of India, and a number of Muslim preachers came to India during the Arab conquest of Sindh, and the Muslims who came to India either as traders or settlers assimilated some features of the Indian culture, and the Bhakti and the Sufi saints, they were spread their message of oneness of God and universal brotherhood that brought the Hindus and Muslims closer to each other, the Bhakti and Sufi movements. And the factors that are responsible, because we know that the relatively settled conditions and a long period of peace that prevailed all over northern India especially under the Mughal dynasty. We all once studied that. The immense wealth and the unlimited power of the hands of the Mughal emperors, that they were enabled them to continue their patronage of fine arts and literature. Also, the Mughal emperors had a great sense of beauty and art, the great sense of beauty and art. Also, their presence of a strong central administration over a long period of time and over a large part of India, and the Bhakti and the Sufi saints, they spread their ideas by moving from village to village. They spread their ideas. That one, and this is the introduction part of this lesson. Anyway, both the movements we will study separately, what were they done, and the important sayings related as Bhakti and Sufi movements, both one in this lesson we will study. Anyway, these points and reasons we already studied. I hope that you all are remembering when Islam, the religion Islam came to India, and mixing with in Islam and Hinduism, here it was caused for emerging a new cultural pattern that is known as Indo-Islam. Already we studied previous lessons and all. Anyway, today we just completing the introduction part of this lesson. Read the lesson after listening the class. Okay, thank you.